Okay, I like that. That's really good. That's fantastic. That's something I would like to endorse wholeheartedly.
Hey, my name is Shadowsense and you're watching Arcade Spirits, the new challengers. I can't remember what happened last episode because I recorded it so quickly. Oh yeah, I'm at the end of my first day of being like the team manager and I just picked a sponsor. And then I went back into the arcade, I think. The Xbox just started out with saying right. And I'm not sure what that was in reference to. But, anyway. Except, well. Oh, matchmaking is taking forever. It's literally been 2 minutes, Zapper. Yeah, I know, forever. How are we supposed to get practice matches in if the servers can't find anybody at our skill level? It's gotta be your ELO dragging us down or something. Or yours is dragging us up. High-ranked pros aren't always playing this early in the day, you know. Having only a single FOD2 machine in the entire arcade, plus a slow day for online matchmaking, means practice is moving at a snail's pace. On the plus side, while Dom and Zap are busy getting their rounds in, I'm free to wander around and chat with people. Probably for the best. Haven't spent much time getting to know them quite yet. Should take advantage of this quiet moment. Doubt I could visit everyone before it's my turn at bat, but I can squeeze in some socializing. Who do I want to chat with? Ooh, okay. Jinx and Grace. May as well get an early lunch. We got Rhapsody over there, and then Loxley. Let's hang out with Jinx and Grace. Yeah, I had something stuck in my throat. With the good, clean fun being a trifecta of greasy food, clean clothes, and hot arcade action, it's not too surprising to see my arcade friends washing underwear and stuff. Grace is chatting away with Jinx while folding mostly black clothing from the dryer. Jinx, for her part, occasionally glances at her phone while talking. How many socks have you lost to the sock goblins today? A few? But sock goblins aren't real. Then maybe it's Grace? Unlikely. Besides, Grace is helping me get my clothes sorted out. It would be counterproductive. She does your laundry?
Bad idea.
Can't exactly carry a giant basket of clothes with these arms. Used to use a wagon, took it along on wheels, but it's less tiring to get some help with stuff like this, and Grace volunteered. Yes, we have an understanding. An understanding, you say?
Well,
Not as ominous as it sounds. Seriously. I live in the building 3 floors up. Grace has keys to the elevator in the apartment so she can take breaks during the day. Breaks? But Grace doesn't work.
Of course.
Right, it's hard to do code tweaks to my game without a PC handy, so I borrow Jinx's computer. Plus, I like to take naps, and honestly her bedroom is nicer than Ben and Matt's. Or did that say bathroom? I think that said bathroom and I misread it. Huh. That's an impressive amount of trust. Yes, it is. Anyway, the thing is, something grabbed Jinx's attention, her eyes flicking down to her phone while Grace continues folding black t-shirts. Grace, that car you were talking about, the Asimov? Yes? And Jinx turns her phone around to show the news headline, Self-driving car kills driver in accident. Alarmed, Grace nearly drops the shirt she was folding.
Oh no.
Says here that it was swerving to avoid someone who screwed up and drifted out of their lane. Someone would have died either way. Still, not great for Asimov.
Aww.
That's really disappointing. Even beyond my condolences for that poor man behind the wheel. A lot of us in the AI development community were really pulling for the Asimov. It could have solved a lot of our infrastructure and transportation problems. Maybe they can fix the bug, but negative PR won't squish the project entirely?
I'm not sure about that.
Doubtful. Problem is people. Any crappy human drivers on the road introduce X factors that an Asimov can't always solve for.
Ugh.
Sometimes I think people can't be trusted with cars. Absolutely agreed. We're too reckless and too inattentive for these high-speed metal bricks. Oh my god. Yeah, that's why I don't own a car. Or we could high-speed rail system, America. Do it. I would pay the extra taxes. Just do it. Fuck. Your professional virtual racer, can driving skills simply be taught? Guessing any AI would have difficulty solving the old trolley problem. That's true. I'll just go with that one. The neutral answer. So if the car swerved, someone dies. If the car didn't swerve, someone dies. Sounds to me like an ethics problem. Probably not in the wheelhouse of an AI to have a definitive solution to one of the classic philosophical conundrums, right?
Can't agree to that.
I'd agree, but it was a human driver accidentally drifting into the lane that caused the accident, not Asimov. Blaming the AI for some loser's mistake. No, personal responsibility has to hold fast. Sometimes if I think every car was run by code, it'd all flow smoothly, optimally, and safely, even if America will never give up driving. Yeah, that's unlikely. Even aside from one's independent spirit and freedom of movement, people don't trust AI yet.
That's
And sadly, this
unfortunate.
incident won't help Asimov's chances at acceptance in the mainstream. That is true. Damn. I did not expect to sit here and think about the ethics of artificial intelligence versus human inattentiveness. No reason to give up. The industry has to just keep pushing forward. True. I do agree with that. Maybe Iris should drive cars instead. Yeah. I don't know. Iris is illegal though. But let's go with that one. Hey, don't let this get you down. Every technology faces setbacks. If they keep pushing forward, they'll get there one day. The public is still thinking killer robots from the future, but that'll pass, especially if we don't give up. Exactly, we need to keep trying, learn from our mistakes, and move ahead. I just hope this doesn't result in defunding the Asimov project. The intersection of progress and capitalism can be weird. I love science. I love science. Not in that goofy, oh my god, science rules way you see on Facewall or Twitter. I'm a firm believer in both the human spirit and the ability to improve upon the human condition through science.
That's wonderful.
Robotics, biohacking, space exploration, everything. There's a bright future ahead of us if we're willing to put old attitudes aside and reach for it. The last of the laundry folded, Grace packs up the clothes up in the packs. I can't read. Or I read too fast and I jumble words. Grace packs the clothes up in a plastic laundry basket. I'm feeling better now. I'm sure Asimov will bounce back from this. That's my girl. Always nice to see you smile.
See you later.
Excuse us, Shadow. Grace and I gotta drag this stuff back to my place. Okay, see you around. DominoZapper is still playing, so it's off to see someone else. Who's next? I don't really want to talk to Loxley. I could talk to both, actually. I want to talk to Rhapsody first. I find Rhapsody in the far back booth at the pizzeria. They're fiddling with their phone. I wander my way back to where they're sitting, and upon arrival I notice a whole mess of papers and drawings strewn across the table surface. Sorry, I'm drinking a good old Mountain Dew Code Red. They're trying to solve a murder mystery and put together pieces of a conspiracy theory. Rhapsody smiles widely and looks up at me. All I'm missing is the red yarn tying everything together. Exactly. So which is it? Neither. Look for yourself. What do you see? I do as I say, and I actually take a look at the papers, but it's mostly illegible. Rhapsody could be a doctor with that writing. Or a child doctor. Well, if your handwriting were better. Hey now, not fair. Okay, so my chicken scratch isn't the most legible, but surely you can see beyond that. I once again peer and see beyond the words. It's lists, complete lists of matchups, counters, a tier list, and a whole slew of details included about them. I already know a fair amount of this just from playing, but there are matchups and combo moves on Rhapsody's notes that I haven't really thought about. You are extremely detail-oriented. Thanks for noticing. And why don't you stop hovering over me like a creep and join me? I acquiesce and slide into the seat across from Rhapsody. And even before I have a chance to prod them further with questions, they begin answering them. I'm just trying to put down everything I know about FOD2 on paper into something cohesive so I can share it with everyone. We're a team now, a legit one. Everyone will need to be on their best game, always. Everyone needs to know the why of every action we perform. Cause and effect. It's important. We can only learn so much by playing the game, but studying how the game works, exploiting the movesets, seeing which combos overpower others. Rhapsody looks up at me and smiles gently.
That's what I'm talking about.
If we are doing this, we're doing it right. Right? I'm touched. This is no small amount of work to put all this out there and on paper. This will really help boost us to the next level. It's all or nothing. I appreciate this. That one. So, I know not everybody's on board with heavy study, particularly Zapper, but if we're going to make it an effort, I agree, let's make a serious effort. Any amount of new information will help us improve. Agreed, and I know you've got your hands full as manager, so it's the least I could do to help. Rhapsody pauses, elbows resting on the table, places their head upon their entwined fingers. They gaze directly into my eyes, and I can sense a fire in them. I want to win this. So do I. No, I don't think you understand. I really, really want to win this. So do I. Really, really. Rhapsody chuckles softly.
Sounds good to me.
Well, I guess we're one and the same. And we best win, or there'll be two of us crying. Not too long ago, Rhapsody didn't even want to play, and now they're dying to win, making flashcards, getting really serious about the whole thing. What changed? Honestly. Rhapsody inhales a sharp breath, shocked by the question, but soon relaxes into themselves, seeming to know exactly what I'm referring to. I've never tasted victory, but I've watched plenty of my friends suckle from that teat. What's the phrase? Always the bridesmaid? Rhapsody considers how to phrase things before speaking. I've always had a talent for puzzle solving. There's a certain excitement, a feel you can't quite put into words, in working through a puzzle, isn't there? Your brain sees all the different pathways, the options before you, and then weighs them all out separately. If there's more than one way for success, one has to determine which is the best way. And that's not even including outside factors. And when you solve that puzzle, it's like a reward just to yourself. You don't share that triumph with others, it's between you and the puzzle. It's the same in competitive games, they're just bigger and more intricate puzzles to solve. Pleased with the explanation, they smile at me. So it's to no one's surprise when I fell head over heels with competitive games. From Smash Bros to FOD, I've played them all. And with each new game I learned it in its entirety. The combos, perfect executions, the matchups. Otherwise, how else would I be able to solve the puzzle? I even shared with others those details, showed them how to defeat everyone and win. I taught them everything I knew. They climbed and climbed, and won, and took home championship titles. They succeed. And as for me, that was one puzzle you couldn't solve. Rhapsody nods solemnly. So I gave up. Why even try if you're just going to fail? It's not worth it, is it? How could I know so much about a game and not ever succeed?
It was my fault.
Those thoughts consumed me and I found it affecting me. So I focused on teaching others instead. I could find at least a small bit of happiness in their victories. I was safer that way. Rhapsody takes a long, reflective pause. And you know, looking back at it all, I do find pleasure through other successes. I'm glad to be that person people can turn to for guidance. But there's still a part of me that can't let go of that desire. Ah, geez, look at me. I've gone off monologuing for way too long. Shadow, don't hesitate to interrupt me. All of what Rhapsody's saying, I think I understand. If we win, you'll have completed the puzzle. I can empathize with Rhapsody's feelings of wanting to succeed on something that stopped them in the past. Accomplishment is important, and to win means you've succeeded in your goals. You'll have solved the unsolvable. And now you want to try again? Exactly. Now you know why the Shadowsense Lounge must win. Now's my time to finally succeed. I'm hopeful we can win, especially with all your help, Rhapsody. You're a valuable part of this team. Rhapsody smiles warmly at me.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm glad to be a part of the Shadowsense Lounge. And then the mood changes dramatically as Rhapsody's attention shifts from me to the mess before them. They begin scooping up all their strewn about papers and stuffing them into their pockets. Oh, dang, I still have to type up all these notes for everyone. No one here can read my handwriting either. Teacher's gotta write up the syllabus, so to speak. Don't worry, I'll be back in time for my matches. There's an internet cafe around the corner. This will take me no time. And in a rush, Rhapsody slides from the booth, and I watch him wave to Ben and Matt as they leave the pizzeria. Rhapsody left in such a hurry. I hope that everything with them is okay. Maybe they're just excited about the chance to really win this time. Regardless, I should see what everyone else is up to. DominoZapper is still playing. Blah, blah. Alright, Loxley. Let's go talk to Loxley. Loxley's in his usual spot practicing catching plush toys with a dodgy crane apparatus, but he's lackluster in his approach with little flair. Maybe he's smiling, but compared to how he played yesterday, he's just a shell of his swashbuckling self, going through the motions. Hey, how's it hanging and catching? Oh Shadow, 'tis but you. Pardon my sharp reaction.
An unpleasant business, this?
It's been a rather unpleasant morning for me, I fear. I am not at 100 today. It's cool. What's on your mind? I don't know why I decided to give him, fuck. What's his name from Yu-Gi-Oh? Bakura. I don't know why I decided to give him Bakura's voice, but, you know. Crime. Specifically, the nature and definition of crime. Pretty sure it's stuff that breaks the laws? Yes, and who creates those laws? Who has the power, and how is it given to them? Who gives it to them, and why? Last night, a massive archive of abandonware was taken down by DMCA strikes. That's a thick load of geek speak for old software nobody is supporting anymore, removed by threat of legal action for copyright violation. Looking at you, Nintendo. Crap, which one? The Understore. Damn, still a few old MS-DOS games I'd wanted to download from the Understore. Did anybody mirror the files?
Most unfortunate.
Aye, but those archives are private now, for fear of further retaliation. These games are part of our shared cultural history, Shadow, but pulled from storefronts due to other legal nonsense. Literally the only way to play them was via an illegal archive. Without that, they'd be lost forever to the winds of history. Copyright in its current form only exists because a certain mouse, whose name dare not be invoked, pushed hard for legal changes to ensure infinite dominion over their valuable rodent. Oh guys, I think I see the mouse now! Look on my shirt, it's Michael Mouse! That's a super mega joke.
Unacceptable!
And the DMCA, crafted by ill-advised fools in 1990X, gives those corporations the power of private police action to do as they please. I just spit all over my microphone. You feel my concern as well, yes? Yeah. Honestly, yeah. It's a bummer. You know those comic book fighting games they made a few years ago? They were gone from digital storefronts a few years after release due to licensing issues. I'd be perfectly willing to fork over the $20 for it if they'd let me, but the only way to play it now is illegally on an emulator. Indeed, you see the crux of the issue.
I admit to disappointment.
And thus, to be a game historian is to be a criminal. There's no other way, and that is a shame. He sighs, leaning against the crane game heavily. Sometimes, I wonder if I've involved myself too deeply in matters such as these. I have a number of, let's say, activities I take part in for my activism. All while trying to support the Shadowsense Lounge, support all my friends, wears a man thin in time. This life, this modern society we live in, has become rather overcomplicated, has it not? So many noble causes, so many difficult boundaries to mind, some to be watchful of, others to cross boldly. I know I'm but one man. I don't ascribe to the great man theory of history. It takes a movement, not a man, to effect change. But I want to do my part, use the privilege I was born with for societal betterment, as everyone should be doing, by the way. Step right over lines others may not be able to risk crossing. Even if that can be rather draining at times. I'm guessing you mean more than just sitting around pondering sociological theory when you say it's draining. Oh, absolutely. I'm not the sort to sit back like a face wall post and feel I've done something of grand importance. You know, I challenge the established arcade elite by exposing and exploiting predatory games of chance, which involve some sketchy, dangerous work, alongside other activities, regarding which it'd be best if you remained in the dark. But as noted, it's tiring giving so much of myself, even if I feel I must, even if it wears down my mental health in the process. Rob from the rich, give to the poor, simple enough. It's not that simple. Tiring, but I say be bold. You gotta self-care too, man. Loxley, don't forget about self-care. When you're tired, rest. When you're hungry, eat. Take the time you need for yourself. Being selfless is noble, but if you give so much of yourself that you have nothing left, then you aren't really helping your cause. It's a marathon, not a sprint, okay? Indeed, that is a wisdom to consider. I have many causes, many tasks and errands. I must be vigilant, but I must first rest to maintain that vigil. I do not wish to let my friends down, Shadow. Their cause is just, and I will do my duty. Dude, you play video games, it's not that intense.
As you like.
Yes, of course, I meant playing video games. Thank you, my friend. You have bolstered my confidence, which is not of infinite supply. Bolstering is welcome. Freshly invigorated, Loxley stretches out his arms, unkinking muscles and rolling his neck a bit. Neck a bit? Neck a bit. Think I'll resume my practice until it's my turn on FOD2. Let me know when the game's free, yes? You got it. Pity we don't have more than one machine. We could have another. We were willing to cross a few boundaries. But this domain belongs to Lord Ben and Lord Matt, and I'll not go against their wishes. We'll simply have to find alternatives. Never know what'll turn up. We'll see. Why not convert a few other machines to FOD2 machines? Just a thought. Okay, seriously, what's taking so long? DominoZapper should have completed a few matches by now. Curious, I decided to go check in on them. On arriving at the center of the arcade, I see them in the middle of a pretty intense match, with everyone else just sort of watching from the sidelines. Curious, I join the fringes of the group to see what's going on.
Oh, for sake. That's the third time I've been ganked. Domino, get your skinny ass up here and defend me.
Can't talk, swarmed by ninja. Or ninjas? Do you pluralize ninja, or is ninja already plural?
That's a good question.
Oh, shut the up and help me. We're gonna lose this match if you don't get your act together.
Uh-oh. They're having a fight.
I didn't exactly see you diving into my lane to save my bacon when they roasted me in round 1, Zapper-chan.
I'll bail you out when you learn the difference between your joystick and your
Oh good, they're fighting. Just what I was hoping for. Some interpersonal drama to sort out.
Finally, you decide to stop twiddling your thumbs and dive my lane. Honestly, Domino, you've got the speed and grace of a garbage truck.
Are we trash talking then? Is that what's expected of me? Okay, I can trash talk. Because you've built your life entirely around this game while pushing your friends away, you're probably going to die alone and unloved.
Domino? I'm scared.
In a decade or so, your reflexes will be too shot to do the one thing you were any good at. You'll be like a high school quarterback who has nothing at the end of the road but alcoholism and loneliness.
Okay, you're taking it a little too far there, Domino.
Also, you smell like poop.
Way to cap things off, buddy.
Well, did I talk trash of sufficient quality to earn your admiration, Zapper?
Exactly 3 seconds of absolutely horrified silence follow as Zapper's expression slides perfectly from terror to rage. And then she makes that rage known, rather directly. With instinctive anger, she uses both hands to give Domino a hard shove away from her, which causes him to stumble, trip over his ratty old backpack he left on the floor, and fall on his rear. Everyone in the Shadowsense lounge stands speechless as Domino sits on the floor with Zapper looming over him. On realizing everyone's staring, Zapper stammers, lips moving silently, before she finally blurts out a retort.
I quit. Screw this. Screw you all. I'm going home.
With determination, she shoves past the rest of the group on her way out of the door to leave good, clean fun, presumably forever.
Oh no.
Grace, it's okay. Deep breaths.
This can't be happening.
It's happening again, isn't it? It's all coming apart. I should have stepped in. I knew this would happen. No, the one who should have stepped in was in quicker was me, knowing what Domino is capable of, what Zapper is capable of. Well, let's go somewhere quiet while they take care of this, okay? It's going to be fine. I'm here for you. Right, it'll be fine. I trust you. Right, rock, paper, scissors then. On 3. 1. What? Sad to say, but this isn't the first time those two have had a bit of an altercation. Well, the first time Zapper's quit the team. First time she'd shoved someone, mind you, that's a bit of an escalation. So we're trying to figure out which one of us is going to chase down Zapper and who's going to tend to Domino. It's only at that moment I'd noticed Domino has indeed slinked off somewhere, silently leaving the scene of the crime. Maybe I should be the one doing this. I'm the manager, right? I need to manage my team. HR duties aside, it might help to hear it from us. We've known both of them for a little bit longer. Agreed, 'tis an admirable suggestion, but 'twould be best if we handled this. We've done it before, and have no qualms doing it again. And again, looping in stagnation. That's why I'm here, right? Iris said they needed me. Even Zapper agreed the team desperately needed fresh blood. If I'm not willing to step in here, this sort of thing is just gonna happen again. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not for weeks, but at the very least I can overrule the rock, paper, scissors to take on these two myself. Thanks for wanting to take care of this, but I'm going to help too. Not only their manager, but I'm their friend too. So I'm in. Both Rhapsody and Loxley give me a solemn nod, but now I need to decide who I want to go after. I'm gonna go talk to Zapper. I better go after Zapper. She said she's going home. Where does she live? All the way across town. She'd be taking the subway. We might catch up to her if you start running. One foot in front of the other. Got it. Good luck with Domino. Worry not, my friend. Rhapsody and I will handle him with care. Okay, so, next episode, we're gonna talk to Zapper and sort out this mess. Always lovely when you have to break up some friendship drama. Anyway, thank you guys so very much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this one, please consider subscribing. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. I need to get better at speaking.